Hello, hello everybody, and welcome back to some more Quest for Glory 2. And it's almost been 2 weeks in-game, just waiting around and uh, for the plot to start finally getting into gear. But we've
Picking your
done it.
nose?
We only have one more elemental to grab, and then we can get to the final part of the game.
Two
Let's see.
weeks of 2 weeks of drawing the ridges in your brain by picking your nose.
Hey man, nose picking is an important aspect of every child's uh, learning curriculum. Let's see.
Yeah, because now we have to entertain the children with nose picking because mind digging is not allowed anymore for some dumb reason.
Yeah, uh, we can't legally allow kids to be workers anymore, so they have to go to school,
They
which
have to
is
be
worse
leeches in
because
society.
which is
They have
worse.
to leech off their parents for like years before they're useful to anything.
Yeah, and what's worse is that school. It's like going to a job, except you don't get paid. It's stupid. So just remember, kids, uh, drop out and become a lab rat. That's the way to do things. Um,
Is lab experiments with children even allowed?
uh, well, I know that there's like scientific testing for things that may involve kids, like attention spans and things like that. I know that, but I don't think in terms of like using them for like just injecting them with whatever poison and just being like, all right, let's see how this works today.
All right, kids, let's test how you can develop resistance to fentanyl. Here is like a 3 times the lethal dose.
Here's a brick of it, open wide. Um, let's see. Um, what's been going on? Oh, I saw a YouTube video just the other day where it was talking about uh, high-paying jobs that people don't really go after because they either don't know that they exist or they're a little bit. I wouldn't go so far as to say morbid, but just sort of like uh, you have to have kind of like thick skin in order to work that kind of job. So
Thick
like,
skin, you think?
hmm?
Okay, going from morbid to thick-skinned, it's a morbid.
Okay, so the
Whoa!
job that I was talking about was like being a funeral planner.
I don't know if you could catch that, but I had to stop my argument to sneeze.
Yeah, I heard that.
Make sure the audience hears it too.
Yeah, I'll uh, turn the gain up to 10,000% just for that.
Increase it in post. Um, Yeah, God, yeah, I had some relatives who were funeral planners, and and they mentioned like it was not a very pleasant thing. But
But apparently it pays really well, and you can say that it's a very sustainable
mhm.
market because everyone's always dying. So,
I remember there was like in the Middle Ages there was the profession of gong farmers.
sorry, gong farmers?
Yeah, that was the name, gong farmer.
Gong as in like the big symbol you bash with the stick.
No, like they were the guys in charge of collecting everybody's poo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the Middle Ages because most places didn't benefit from sewage systems.
Yeah, I thought
They would
they
have
went
to.
into like chamber pots and then hucked it out the window.
No, that's for retards. That's for that's retards who keep spreading this nonsense. And every person who spreads this myth, especially every YouTube channel that spreads this myth, should be subjected to a public flogging.
All right,
Actually,
so
there's a
uh,
lot of things that I think should land public floggings as a punishment.
all right. Well,
Uh
if they don't throw it out the window, and if they don't wizard it into the poop dimension, then what do they do with their poop?
they leave it in a public latrine because, believe it or not, people have learned from quite a few millennia that you can dig a hole in the ground to leave your poo. Like, people did not forget that knowledge in the Middle Ages. Weird history. Have I ever mentioned to you the what's the word? The watch list including levels of hatred I have for the Weird History channel?
Uh, I don't think you've ever mentioned weird history, at least not to me anyway.
It's a YouTube channel, and let me tell you, I have such a level of hatred for them that there probably exists already a restraining order. Like, I despise that channel with a passion of a burning sun.
Well, I guess we just lost all the subscribers who also watch them, so huzzah.
Oh, two of them?
Hey man, those two subscribers were keeping the channel afloat.
How am I gonna sustain my cocaine habit now?
um,
Yeah.
yeah, but the other job that actually piqued my interest, that I kind of thought to myself, maybe I could do that, was user manual writer.
You know what's the funny thing about the gong farmers
Mm-hmm.
is that they were quite influential. There were gong farmer guilds back in the Middle Ages, and apparently they were among the richest guilds on the in around. Like, whenever you like the local gong farmer guild in town would probably one of the richest guilds in town.
Well, I mean, everybody poops, so um, so I'm not sure if you also had this thought as like a kid or whatever, but was there ever a point in your life where it was like uh if you thought that like everybody just sort of pretended that they would go to the bathroom and like you were the only one who actually had to use the bathroom and it was like a big elaborate joke just playing on you?
No, I've never been that paranoid.
I mean, I was never that paranoid, but I just sort of had that thought back as a kid, being like, "What if that was true? That would be weird."
There was a time in my life where I actually thought that everyone died, like and then they and then nobody else was born anymore. Like, everybody died at once.
So basically, Children of Men, but taken to the extreme.
Kinda, yeah.
Let's see. Um, what else has been going on in my life? Oh, there there was a I went to fill up my car with gas the other day, and it was a very special occasion that day because the gas station was out of regular. and they said, "Oh, because of the inconvenience, you can have Supreme at the same cost of as regular." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So I filled up on the Supreme stuff, and let me tell you, that 10-cent difference per liter, whoo baby, you feel it.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say I was going to Philadelphia. I was going to meet Danny DeVito.
uh, yeah, I wouldn't mind meeting Danny DeVito. He seems like a nice guy.
One could say. One would say.
Um, oh, did you see the JonTron video about the Crystal Head vodka?
hmm
Yeah,
Yes.
where it turned out that Danny DeVito has his own liqueur as well, and it's like this fancy pants like champagne or whatever.
Hmm.
And JonTron was like, "Danny, what are you doing? You could have just made a cast of your head and made that the bottle, and I would have bought it." And to be fair, I think everyone would have bought that.
I'm kind of more surprised that it's champagne.
It's either like a champagne or like a really white wine or some shit like that.
hmm
Like it's definitely not what you would think of when you think Danny DeVito. Let's put it that way.
Oh, champagne. Danny DeVito choosing champagne as his liquor wasn't something I was expecting to be in the first place.
Yeah, apparently a bunch of celebrities uh do their own like uh alcoholic beverage that they
Mhm.
try and sell. Like I
I
know
would
that.
imagine I would imagine him to be more like the fruit liquor kind of guy.
Yeah, like I can't remember what it is. It's but it was like a wine or something. I'm pretty sure it was. But anyway, I was going to say that aside from the Crystal Head vodka that uh oh fuck, what is his name? Ghostbusters guy, the crazy one. Uh,
Then I cried.
hmm?
Then I cried.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd. Uh, aside from him doing the Crystal Head vodka, which I've tried it, it's actually not too bad. Um, Wayne Gretzky also has his own uh, whiskey, and it's good, but or I should say it tastes good, but man, if you gave that to somebody who's like really into whiskey, they'd probably think you're a disgusting human being for drinking it. Because
Why so?
uh, basically, it's a milkshake with whiskey in it.
Hmm?
Because it's that much cream in it. Like like I said, it's really hard to explain, but basically, you're drinking a spiked milkshake.
Hmm. To be fair, there wasn't a whiskey I haven't hated. Like all the times I had tasted whiskey, I just hated the flavor.
Um, yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of whiskey. I'm more of a cooler kind of guy.
Cooler.
Cooler, like they're the more like I wouldn't. Well, they are fruit drinks, but it's sort of like they're more flavored, so and sweet.
Mhm. What about Rashka? Is that
Uh,
the name?
Frajka? I've never heard of Frajka. I'm not
No,
much of a.
Rajka. Rajka. I was thinking about that liquor from that fruit distillate from what's the
Plums?
name? No, yeah. Plums are one kind of fruit, yes.
Well,
From the Balkans. That fruit desolate from the
oh
this
yeah,
the
that was
fruit
from
leaker
the
from.
unironically living in Europe guy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he said it was plums.
yeah, distilled. Yeah, it's distilled fruit liquor. Well, there is plums, but it's also like there's other kinds of fruit. It's generally like a distilled made of a spirit made of
Hmm.
fruit liquor. I often forgot that you guys call distilled liquor spirits.
Um, yeah, I guess that's one name for it, yeah, but distilled there's distilled stuff as well. Again, I'm not much of a drinker, so I don't know the terminology or the lingo. And I'm sure if I went to a, wine tasting venue, I would make the social faux pas of swallowing the wine instead of spitting it out into a bucket.
You should just go like take a bunch of. This is the kind of event where you would take a bunch of friends and you just start slapping everyone after they spit it out. Like, stop being such a ponce. Hmm. Yes, I can I can detect the hints of orange in this wine. Slap! It's wine, you prick!
Just drink it
Swallow
to
it!
get drunk.
Yeah. But that just sounds like the pinnacle of snootery, right? You go to to a alcohol tasting event and you just spit it, like you just put it in your mouth and then you spit it, like Jesus Christ.
Well, you're supposed to like swish it around in your mouth like mouthwash and then spit it out.
Gargle a bit, spit it out.
And then you're supposed to like waft it and give it a good smell so you can get that aroma.
Yeah, it sounds very much like the kind of event where everyone who goes into it deserves a slap in the face.
To be fair, it's one of those jobs that kind of has a lot of I think they did a test on it where they basically what they did was that they would either it was something along the lines of they either took the labels off of the wine bottles, so they actually had to like really judge the wine based on its flavor and smell to see if it was like a cheap wine or like a really fancy wine, or it was they put like fake labels on the cheap wine saying that it was the fancier stuff.
Mhm.
And it turned out that the people doing the like the professional wine tasters, they got all the answers wrong.
I recall there was this famous series like the channel who makes videos like certain experts on like a drink or food. This guesses the cheap and the expensive one.
Yeah, I saw a few of those videos on YouTube. Some of them were pretty good. Like one of them was on the guy judging breads,
Hmm.
and I think there was one on cheese. But the one that I saw that was actually really fucking embarrassing for the guy doing it was different bacons. Um, and the reason for that was because, like, I think he got out of the 5 different bacons that he tasted, he only got like 2 correct. And he was supposed to be an expert, and it's like, god damn.
Turns out pork is not that complicated.
And he also did something which he even stated as he was doing it, I shouldn't be doing this because it's unhealthy. But he just took a bit of the raw strip of bacon and ate it.
Uh,
Uh, but yeah, like I said, there was a I think I know what you're talking about, if it's the same sort of channel. I just can't remember the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
But what
I
was the
recall there
one
was like
that you saw?
there was a woman who was a whiskey expert, and she talked like, yeah, like about having a morning whiskey, and one of the comments was like, "Oh, so she takes morning whiskey and she is an expert. I take it and I'm an alcoholic."
Yeah, I was about to say, she takes morning whiskey, for hair of the dog.
Who's that?
Hair of the dog, it's a saying that, basically if you're drunk and have a hangover, the best cure for it is to, take a shot of whiskey or something. So you basically just get drunk again. I don't know why they call it hair of the dog, though. There's a lot of weird, sayings like that. Like, I know that one for, like a weird saying in Canada is, fucking the dog. Which, spoilers, it's nowhere even close to what you think it means. It quite literally means you're doing nothing. And, let's see. There's also hoser. Although, to be fair, I don't know why hoser became sort of like a... I wouldn't say a slur, it was just another way of calling somebody a loser. Anyway, you got a bunch of fun, weird sayings over in Uzbekistan? Gok? Uh-oh. I think we lost Gok. He died. That's a shame. Hold on, folks. I'll see if I can dig him out of the grave. Anyway, I guess we could talk about the game while, we're waiting around for, Gok to, figure out what's going on with him. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's just more grinding. We just have to wait until the last elemental comes around. And once we do that, then, we do the second half of the game. Which, the second half of the game is more like the last 25%, I guess. I don't know. You'd really have to, like, get some weird measurements going to figure out, like, how much, of the, Shapir stuff you do versus the Razir stuff.
Can you hear me?
Now I hear ya.
I don't know what changed. I changed nothing.
You got a jolt of electricity, and then, you realized, that, the, connections to your brain, were finally, going to your mouth now. So, that was your problem.
That was one of the worst told jokes you've ever tried.
Thank you.
Like, I'm not even gonna applaud you for effort with this one.
Look, man, it's like, 7 in the morning for me. I just got off of work. After,
I
coming
don't have
home
my
from
morning
school.
wank.
Yeah.
Didn't even had my morning wank. I haven't put the hair on the
I mean, I'm still drinking my coffee here, so...
It reminds me, I'm gonna get some coffee. Not pussy.
God damn it, you can't do that now. Not after, not, talking for, like,
Hearing
5
you!
minutes. Let's see. Get the zap going. Fantastic. And, I think we do, manage to, ooh, Jackalman. Let's see. It's 3 of them. Oh, baby. This is gonna be fun. But, yeah, I think in this playthrough we do, manage to, oversell, like, all the tails, and, claws to the apothecary, so... we get as much money from him as humanly possible, and I think Sierra did realize by Quest for Glory 3 that there was that major issue when it came to the gold currency, because I think in Quest for Glory 3 even if you have, like, 1,000,000,000 gold by the end of 2, you only take, like, 200 with you to the 3rd game. Which is really dumb.
That's how bad the exchange ratio is.
No, you take 200 gold from here, and then you go to the location of the 3rd game to get it exchanged, and then you only have, like, 180, so you basically have to spend 20 gold right off the bat. Uh, but yeah. Let's see, how much, more are we having? A little bit more. So, I guess this was just another grind episode. Feels bad.
I'm gonna have all of it. What were we talking about anyway?
We were talking about, I told a bad joke, and then I mentioned that I just got off of work, and it's like 7 in the morning, and I'm drinking my coffee, and then you're like, I'm gonna drink my coffee, and then you fucked off.
Are you gonna hold a grudge?
Forever.
Ah, my kind of guy. No homo.
I'm waiting for the day where someone says something like incredibly fucking like homoerotic to some guy, like, oh yeah, you're my best friend, I'd suck your dick for free if it meant hanging out with you, but no homo. I'm just curious as to like how far you could take like being like overly gay like that, and then just declare it as no homo, and then it's all fine. You're not gay.
I would help you. I would help you liberate Bohemia. No homo. I will go to war with you against the Hungarians. No homo.
Well, that's not really, like, gay, no, is it? Because that was my point, was like, what was, like, the most gay thing that you could say, but just end it with no homo, and then it sort of erases the fact that it was gay.
Yeah. I'll explain that later.
Okay.
I'll explain you that later. After the recording is over. But let's just say, recent events have made a war against Hungary very gay.
Okay. And with that, that is the end of the video. Just another grind fest. Fantastic.
I'm
But
still amazed how fancy that bed is.
it is a nice bed. I wouldn't mind sleeping in it. But
Yeah.
anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time. Have a nice night.
Bye-bye.